Hello. That was Emily saying that her coffee worked this morning because we are just now recording. We are actually pre-recording. So if you're seeing at 9 p.m. Eastern time, we actually recorded this at 12 noon Eastern time. Same day. Because as I am on a flight back to Washington D.C. from Texas right now. So Emily, what coffee this morning? What cup of coffee did you get your coffee order?
It was just my made at home Keurig. I just had a little, I think it's the Green Mountain coffee pods. I just, apparently the caffeine has not hit me yet. So.
What kind of milk do you put? I remember when we worked at the news station, you would do sugar and coffee.
Yeah. I've been trying to do like just creamer and coffee recently and no sugar. So I've been doing like the hazelnut coffee creamers, but then I've been seeing all these things that like those the Coffee Mate brand is like really not good for you. So now I'm like, shoot, now I need to figure out a new coffee creamer. What's your coffee order? More of a tin. Huh?
I was gonna say my coffee order. I'm so bad. So I like just latte with oat milk, but the Starbucks oat milk is too oily. Like it just to me it just tastes kind of like not like kind of like canola oil or something like that. It has that like film to it. So I don't getting Starbucks. So what I've been doing lately, trying a bunch of different places in DC shops, or I'll just buy like the Khalifa. I don't know. I'm getting that name wrong, but it's just basically like almond milk or oat milk, and add that. But to be honest, I'm just in a horrible coffee slump. I cannot find a good cup of coffee today. Well, I'm in Dallas right now, and I got a good cup of coffee from Mudleaf, Mudleaf, to that coffee shop because they actually make good coffee. But I can't get a good coffee in DC.
So. Oh, dang it!
Oh, it sucks. So I'm still looking. There's a couple places I haven't been that people are recommending. So that'll be a good kind of thing for me to do when there's nothing. But yeah, super crazy. And then another why we're also recording on Saturdays because you have a venue to check out tomorrow.
I do. Yeah, our first wedding venue tour. I'm excited. My parents are gonna come join us, and so hopefully they'll ask all the right questions, and so we'll see how it goes. Yeah,
see what happens. All right, girly. Let's about what we were going to talk about this episode, which is items that I kind of want to bring up. Number one, this is kind of sad. I don't know if you saw it because like overnight, and I don't know if sad, but it's just kind of like another event that'll probably impact our politics. Is that Hamas? Well, Israel now says that they're out because there was like an overnight, I think, airstrike. Hamas Israel. So that's something that's gonna be that was like breaking news this week. So that'll definitely be another sort of here we go. Just couple what's gonna be happening in between Palestine and Israel. So I don't have like too much knowledge about that, but that is just kind of like mention it just because it kind of happened like more recently, like this morning. It's incredibly crazy, but there's also a week of politics. Emily, did you know that something happened this week?
I did not. I've literally cleaned myself out from it.
Yeah. The only reason I'm bringing this up is because historic it is. It's because this guy named Kevin McCarthy. I don't know if you know who he is. He was like the speaker of the Speaker of the House. I knew it was Speaker of the doing.
Yeah, he just got voted out, right?
Mm-hmm. And so okay, I'm gonna show you like a sad video of him like basically responding to rumors. I'm just gonna show you this video and just look. He looks so defeated. It's like incredibly. Can you hear? Can you hear?
No.
No. See, I
see
asked instead of there we go. Instead of just what's the word? Instead of just staring blankly, acting like oh yeah, I'm here. This task. Okay. So just look at what a defeated this looks like.
Okay.
Can you hear? Can you hear?
Not that I want to talk to you.
And see.
I'm resigning. I'm not resigning. I got a lot more work to do. So.
You're not resigning?
No, I'm not resigning.
So you'll stay the entire term?
I'm staying. So don't worry. I got a lot.
You think you're not running for re-election?
Yes.
Yes, you will
Yes.
run, or yes, you're thinking about running?
See the way that he said yes, he went yes. Like that. He's trying to keep his chin up. Basically what happened, he just got voted out by like crazy members of his own party. Voted out or ousted as Speaker of the House. They're asking him if he's resigned as just as a representative. He's like, no. That's basically all the video is basically showing. Look at how defeated this is. The face of a Dan. Right there you go. He is very sad. But yeah, that's kind of what I want to do on that. And then a big thing that I tell you, Sam Bankman-Fried. For him,
Mm-mm.
the SBF FTX collapse. I'm not sure. He was the kid that. Let me show you. Actually, let me go ahead and pull up. And I have a few questions to ask you about this. This is incredibly sad. Not sad. Like this is a person who defrauded a lot of people. Let me share this one. Basically, Sam Bankman-Fried, he was like head of you can get this correct. Again, people, if you are disappointed if you're yelling and it's like, no, that's wrong. That's the wrong information. Don't do your own research. Don't get all of your information from one podcast that streams every Saturday. But Sam Bankman-Fried was the CEO of they call him this is I find funny. Like they call Sam Bankman-Fried like an American, an entrepreneur, but he was a founder and CEO of a cryptocurrency exchange called FTX. Okay, what do you think about cryptocurrency? Just off that, what are your thoughts on cryptocurrency?
I just think it's stupid. I don't know much about it. I just you hear the jokes about crypto bros and it's just are you actually I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's sketchy.
So sketchy.
But maybe
it's not.
I don't know anything about it. So
no, I don't think it's regulated, number one, or as regulated as the US dollar or anything like that. Basically, Sam Bankman-Fried, founder and CEO of the cryptocurrency FTX. So it's a cryptocurrency exchange, and basically what happened, investors would invest in they would put money in this exchange, and then basically created this, and then the money would get siphoned off to something called Alameda Research, which is what Alameda would like horrible bad trades. So he was basically to the investors that their money was doing well, and then eventually kind of all came crashing down, and I think it was a $16 billion. But let me show you while this man frauding all his investors, let me show you the life that he lived. Let's see if I find here it is. Just so stupid. It says SBF salt shaker. Let me see if I can replay it.
Sometimes I like to think about the fact.
So Bloomberg obtained
There we go.
a cache of photos from the final year before Sam Bankman-Fried's companies, FTX and Alameda Research, went into bankruptcy. These photos give a new look at SBF and his inner circle at the peak of their wealth. Here they are on a private jet. Here's what the penthouse in the Bahamas looked like. Here's SBF and New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Yep, the beanbag chair is real. Here's SBF's desk, and here is SBF's salt shaker.
I don't know why they like showed his salt shaker. I guess because they just had the photo with him.
Yeah.
But basically he was just a crook and he grew up with parents that were very privileged, and he kind of just got away with doing these tricky shoddy investment. The person he hired to be in charge of so there was like FTX, and then there was something called research. And the person he hired to be in charge of Alameda Research was his friend. And she was just like not at all qualified. Weird. And it was just like so weird. They all lived on a commune in the Bahamas. It was like a bunch of people together in like one Bahamas house. Isn't that weird?
That is interesting.
Like
it's kind of like I don't know. That's weird.
I'm not like I don't know. And I heard this is obviously I did not at all check into this. Really don't care. But I heard that it was some like girlfriend shing happening in that house. But that was again just people being like this weird thing. Do you think there was boyfriend girlfriend shit? There was like some text messages that leaked about lifestyle and stuff like that. So it's incredibly weird. Would you ever invest in crypto?
No, not a single penny. Nope.
Not at all.
No.
I think for a lot of the I think eventually there will be a digital currency that will be regulated in the U.S. and it's like we kind of already have that with the amount of credit cards and stuff that we do, but no, I don't know if crypto is it. It will be the dollar digitized. To be honest.
Yeah. Well, it makes me think of I had seen this. I love following those "Am I the Asshole" Reddit threads. I don't know if you've seen them before, but it's basically like people writing in being like, "Am I the asshole?" Blah blah blah. And there was one that was along those lines, and it was basically like my boyfriend's calling me a gold digger, and it was essentially like she's been dating this guy. She's like the sole breadwinner basically of their apartment, and he wanted to like buy something or whatever, and she was like, no, I'm not like putting the money towards this or whatever. And he just basically ended up calling her a gold digger because all of his money is invested in crypto, and he's like, it's just because I have all this money. And she's like, bro, where like I don't know why, that's just making me think of that, and it's kind of making me laugh because I'm like, yeah, I feel like that's like all the conversations that people who do invest in crypto, like that's their comment. They're like, yeah, I'm like rolling in money. And it's like, you're sleeping on an air mattress on the floor right now. Like
you can't, like, I understand and go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I like investments, like you're not supposed to invest in something. You're not supposed to think of it as like money in your bank account. It's just more towards like your overall future worth and more. What do you call it when someone is like you're all not in portfolio, but like what you're worth as a person called? Oh, what you're worth as a person.
Your net worth.
Your net worth. There we go. Like a lot of investments are supposed to be like your net worth sort of thing, instead of just cash money then spend. But still, I'm like, I don't think cryptocurrency. I wouldn't consider that as net worth. I would consider that as like maybe a bad hobby to waste money on.
Yeah. Well, and didn't former President Donald J. Trump just admit to tax evasion in court, i.e. inflating his assets and his net worth?
I don't keep a lot with what our former president keep up with the news on our former president Trump, what pops up on my, my X account, my X whatever. But I do know that in New York, I think that was the civil case in New York. Mm-hmm. Oh, which reminded me. So SBS he's in, like, it was first day of his trial. Yeah, like this week I think is when his trial started. And this is the part that kind of pisses me off, is we have 12 people, right? Like there's 12 people deciding whether or not his consequence is out. I don't know if I think it's a criminal case, or what type of a case it is. But anyways, he has a jury of 12. All he has to do is convince one person that he's a good, went off the not off the rails, but didn't know what he was doing.
Right.
And then I don't know. Then I think that means that he's home free. Of course, I'm sure that there'll be multiple lawsuits and brought up, but that, like, basically his defense was that he was just a kid, like a startup, didn't know what he was doing. Everyone else took advantage of him. I think if you lose $16 billion and you're living that lifestyle, it'll be kind of hard to convince one person that you're exactly.
Oh.
I think.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, that kind of, it's just kind of similar, I think, to that, to the mindset that people have kind of around, Trump again, that I don't know, people always were talking about how, he was self-made and did this incredible businessman. It's like, he came from that, that there was a catalyst that got him to that place already. So you can't just point blank say, this is an incredible businessman and this person is an incredible, so I don't think that's fair. Yeah. For him to try to place blame. I mean, you know exactly what you were doing. You came from this. So yeah. No.
His dad gave him like, you hear, I think from the last election told that his dad was one of the people that gave a small loan of what was it, like $1 million or something like that.
It's a small little loan. Yeah.
A small loan of dollars. But people to this day will like defend Trump and say he's this incredible businessman, and he has, I mean, I think he's an incredible showman. I think he's incredible. I think he's very, very good at what he does when it comes to public and influence. I do believe that, obviously, because he, to this day, even after the of criminal cases, or number of lawsuits he's been in, and bankruptcies and money issues, and the amount of people who used to work for him and come out and say, like, I retract everything that I said. He's a psychopath or whatever, and he's still able to have diehard fan. That's incredibly, like, I will admit that he is a good showman and influencer. But
that's true. He does a very good job of convincing others to listen to him. I guess is the best way to put it. Yeah.
He's also,
he's what?
Like, very funny. A lot of the things that he does actually very funny. As much as frustrating as they are, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't. But it's one of those funny things where, like, there's nothing we can do this. Mm-hmm. So let's just laugh.
That is true.
Let's just laugh.
Well, have you seen? I'm interested to know if you've seen any of the sort of conspiracy theories surrounding the fires in Hawaii.
No.
Okay.
Nothing at all.
I've been kind of looking into it a little bit, but yeah, apparently there's all these conspiracy theories now about the fires that happened in Maui, right? I think it was Maui. Or no, it was, these conspiracy theories that they think it was the government in that area that possibly started these fires, because supposedly when you look at the homes that were burned, there is, like, it's all of the, like, $1 million and, wealthy people that come to that area. None of those houses were touched whatsoever. It's all of the locals and the the impoverished community, all of their homes burned, and now the peoples whose homes did not burn are being kicked out of their homes. And a lot of locals have basically come forward and been like, weeks before the fire happened, the city started building like a fence, like a black fence around like some of these communities. And there were police officers supposedly like blocking off roads so residents couldn't get out in certain areas. They were saying things like, I guess the sheriff of the police department there was a newer sheriff, and he happened to be the sheriff in Las Vegas during that mass killing that killed 58 people, that mass shooting. He was that same sheriff. Apparently the governor was a brand new governor who wasn't even a resident in Hawaii for a year leading up to this. And a couple weeks before, people are saying he was trying to like pass some sort of housing bill or something like that. So I don't know. There's all these, we'll have to like kind of look more into it because I love kind of conspiracy things like this. But I don't know. It seems very interesting because there hasn't really been a lot of reports on it. News-wise, like media-wise, there hasn't been a ton of media coverage in speaking with local residents or anything like that. It's kind of been a very general overhang of reportings for it. So I don't know. It's from the things I've seen is kind of like, that's interesting. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on conspiracy theories in general?
I'm very skeptical of everything.
Yeah.
Just anytime someone just starts saying, like anytime I come across something on YouTube, I will click, I will click and say, okay, let me, because I love that. I do love that kind of stuff. But I will click it, but with the mindset of always like, this is BS. Like always. No matter it comes from someone who has 10 followers or 1,000 followers, and then sometimes there are like someone will say something, and this is how a good tester that if it's someone who's so let's say for example that the fires in Maui were something that were purposeful. Usually, if it's someone who is directly not invested in it, but like direct is a first person account, that usually has more credibility to lead something that is more than someone who's like Florida and they have a talk show or YouTube channel and they're like, this is what's happening. Because that's a lot of the at least back in like last century is a lot of people who were directly involved in, let's say, natural disasters, not natural disasters, my bad, because what I'm thinking, people who were in like Louisiana and like these areas where there was a lot of like chemical not oil spills, but just like coal factories, and people in those surrounding communities would have like long-term health effects. Sounds like a conspiracy theory, like, or even when we lived in North Carolina, there was people who talked about what was the Fort Bragg? They talk about someone who had some sort of like chemical exposure or something, and now not hundreds, but like decade or 2 decades later, they're having reactions to it, like long-term health effects. Kind of sounds like a conspiracy theory, but then if you dive deeper, and they've already done that, like the people who were exposed to what like is directly impacted or is directly impacted them to have these long-term health effects. To me, that's why I'm a little bit more open than probably other people in my immediate family, because of hear things like that as a reporter when you're doing that kind of stuff. And you're like, okay, well, even though it did sound like a conspiracy, there's been truth to it after a number of years. But that's the other thing too. Like, if this Maui fire thing happened to be true, we won't know for years because of all the that goes with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a very good point. Yeah, I just found it interesting. I obviously heard when the reports came out about it, like about the fires in Maui, but then after that, I feel like the news coverage kind of died off of it a little bit. And so seeing these, and these are all just recent things that in scrolling on social media, I have like a hair on my mouth. Started seeing some of these posts, and I was like, that's interesting. So yeah, I don't know. I love all these kind of like deep dive rabbit holes of things that are possibly going on behind the scenes. I just find it interesting. It just feeds into my probably like distrust and anxiety that I already have of the government and things like that. So I just find it so interesting. I'm not a crazy person though. Okay.
Girl, I know
that talk about these are like crazy. But
I mean
they're interesting.
Okay, so I have two things. Epstein, did he kill himself?
Who?
Jeffrey Epstein? Epstein?
Oh,
sorry.
No, absolutely not. He did not. There's
You
absolutely no way. No, he did not kill him. There's literally no way. Sorry. That man knew.
So. They said so.
No, I don't believe that for a second. That man knew far too much, and he knew far too many people involved that with what he was doing that are people of very high status. I don't think there's a chance in hell that he did that to himself.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, he seemed kind of, and like when sometimes electrical faults happen, and if the camera goes out, coincidentally around the same time that he decided to, what was it? Did he hang himself? I don't know. Just weird things happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so Epstein didn't kill himself.
No.
What about? I have another one. So RFK. What are your thoughts on RFK Jr.? The president? He spreads conspiracies.
Oh.
No, he is. Didn't he? Just like a lot of people are fascinated by RFK, and I've seen him in interviews. He's very low, very chill guy when you see him like doing like talk show interviews. And he seems like a guy that wants to fight for you. Like he comes off very much as someone for you, and he has like a good track record as an environmental lawyer. I think he worked on like the Monsanto case. Got some compensation who were impacted by that. So it's like you hear him and you're like, oh wow, seems like like a pretty good guy. But then there's a bunch other people who are the credibility checking in the credibility checking business, who are like, no, he's a fraud, he's a crook, he's a fraud, he's spreading lies, information about vaccine, some other stuff. So I was wondering what your thoughts were on him.
Oh. Yeah, I wish I could give you some. I don't really know much about him, to be honest, but I don't love you said he's spread conspiracies about the vaccines.
Mm-hmm. That's what
don't love that.
A lot of people
don't love
are
that one.
him for.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of others that off the top of my head. I mean, you think like the moon landing is obviously a huge one. Like one of the biggest, I feel like, conspiracy theories out there. That one I really don't know. It's my dog. That one I really don't know where I stand on that. What about you? Do you have any thoughts on that one?
I believe the moon landing having happened. Let me show you. So this is actually kind of funny. One thing that I really, and I went to the Air and Space Museum. So I live and I went to the Air and Space Museum, Smithsonian Have you been to any of the Smithsonian?
Yeah, I grew up around DC. So like all of our school field trips were to all of the DC museums and the Air and Space Museum and all that stuff. Yeah, it was fun.
They are, and they're free. That's what a lot. I don't think a lot of people that they're free. They're free.
I I think majority of them are. The Smithsonian, I think you used to have to pay. That might have changed, but
I was gonna say I maybe for like groups and stuff like. But anyways, you said the thing. It reminded me. I don't know if it was Buzz, but there was an astronaut. I don't know why as I'm searching for it, but you said it like brought up something interesting to me about the and the other thing is too, like I don't think the moon landing is fake because I don't think the American government would have to be behind that, and I don't think as expansive as the moon now. Like we can barely keep Congress open, and there's always like intra fights and all, but that's why I'm like I just don't think that the moon landing have been faked. But there are people who are what's the word? Who are bringing that up. But what I'm trying to find right searching is that I swear this happened, but either Buzz Aldrin, another astronaut, punched like some heckler. Yeah, Aldrin. Why can't I find the video of it? They don't see. This is crazy. They don't want us to. This was, and this is the guy that got punched by Buzz Aldrin. So basically, some guy like went up to Buzz Aldrin and said like the moon landing was fake. The moon landing was, and kind of like let it first, and then eventually kept coming up like over and over, and he basically just in the face. Which I'm pretty badass. Like, I don't know.
jeez.
I don't know if we should be promoting violence.
Probably not.
Probably not. If someone was heckling me, I earned the need to punch someone. But I can't find it. But it's out there, folks. It's out there. Do some sleuthing with the with a video. The buzz. That's it. I'm on YouTube looking it up, and it didn't pop up.
Interesting. Yeah. Might have been doxed.
Oh, that's true. Okay, I'm gonna move on from Buzz Aldrin. I can't think of conspiracy theories off the top of my head, supernatural ones, but those are more just like exciting sort of things that I like to enjoy just to get a kick out of. Like right. Scary.
Like Bigfoot or something.
Like Skinwalker Ranch. That's my big. I want to go visit Skinwalker Ranch.
Ooh, that stuff creeps me out. The Skinwalker stuff, that's creepy.
So there's, hopefully, like my dream way is to be like super free, and like just so I can turn off and being road trip America, and one of the places that I want to is Skinwalker Ranch. For those who don't know, Skinwalker Ranch and the surrounding area had been referred to as UFO outlets in the 1950s, when numerous anomalous events and strange activity began occurring. And it's in Utah. So it says scientists and experts conducts a thorough and daring search. So this is a History Channel show where basically we'll look at the 112-acre property in Utah Basin and to find out answers behind more than 200 years of UFO sightings, strange animal mutations, and paranormal related mysteries. So there's been like over 200 years of just one area of being like super UFO.
Creepy. That's scary.
Do you think
I see.
Exists?
What'd you say? You broke up. What'd you say?
I was gonna say, do you think aliens exist?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Do you think we've made contact with them?
I don't know if we have. And I think if we have, it's been them doing it. Because I think if there are aliens, I think they are highly more intelligent than the human species. Incredibly more intelligent than the human species. Like in my scope of things, I see them as extremely advanced with technology and extremely advanced in all aspects compared to us. And if anything, I kind of think they look at us as like they're observing us type thing. It's like we're kind of this, I don't know. But I definitely think aliens are real. I don't know if I necessarily believe all those people that say they've been abducted by aliens. But yeah, I definitely believe it. I think there's been some very odd things happen that are unexplainable, and I think that would be a very good explanation for it. Do you believe in aliens?
Well, I do believe in aliens. I do think we've made contact, or we've known it or not. And this is one of my more like out there beliefs. I don't have any out there beliefs because I'm like a lot of things can be, but I think we there, and I mean that in the sense that not we've made contact recently in the past. There's a possibility that we've made contact with aliens. If you see like a lot of the imagery, that a lot of okay. So I was in middle school and high school. I was obsessed with watching ancient aliens, and I know a lot of be debunked, but a lot of it is like, well, and that kind of makes sense. One of the things that I remember them talking about was dragon. A lot of cultures that had dragons. People say, well, dragons are just some sort of internal representation of predator in general, which would make sense considered that we were really human history, that we were not hunted down, but it was more dangerous to be out there. There was also this idea that dragon could also have been the past understanding of what an erect would be, because you have this big sound that comes from this figure. You have a strange kind of like look to it, and the human's understanding of like that aerial craft spaceship like dragon, which I thought was interesting. So
yeah,
I do admit that is.
I've also heard people think that maybe dragons were just dinosaurs too. So I think that's interesting. But do you think if there are aliens, do you think they're little like mini tiny little green people?
Okay, so what do you know about psychedelics?
Enough.
Enough. Have you seen? Because I've like watched videos about people doing like psychedelic trips, therapy, and stuff like that, and they talk about how people who are on psychedelic see the same visuals, and one of these little goblin creatures or whatever. So I don't think aliens are little green people. I think that comes from psychedelic mind sort of high sense.
Yeah, I think I could see that for sure. I don't think they are either. I don't know what I think they look like, but I don't think they're little green people. I think they're like, I don't know. If anything, if you've ever watched American Horror Story, like that's what I kind of, I guess, imagine them looking like. Is I think it was last season, the double feature that they did last year. I think that was the alien or one of their alien seasons, and I think that's what they would look like, kind of just like tall, spindly. I don't know. How did we get talking about conspiracy theories? I was like, how did we get on the topic of aliens?
Aliens. Well, a lot of topics. Unless you have anything else you want to add in to our little show that we had.
Ooh. Do I?
Nothing,
I don't. Do you have anything else?
Nope, that was it. I just wanted to show everyone the sad Kevin McCarthy face and also talk about Sam Bankman-Fried a little bit. We didn't have it because I'm traveling. I was on vacation, so instead of booking people, I just F it and let me living in Texas. I did go to the state fair. That was a lot of fun. Fun.
Good.
Exactly.
Did you get any state fair food? I feel like there's always like those iconic like turkey legs or funnel cakes. Did you get anything like that?
I got a corn dog.
There you
And that
go.
was it. I could not eat any more fried food.
I feel that. Are you like a mustard or a ketchup on your corn dog?
Both.
I feel that.
Are you both? Oh, do you only do one?
No, I do both, but I'm definitely a mustard girly over ketchup. I love mustard. I feel like people either you love mustard or you absolutely hate it and you never touch it.
Interesting. No, I also like wasabi, and I think it's the same kind of like family of horseradish sort of background taste.
yeah,
I don't
horseradish
know.
is good. Oh, yum.
Really good.
It's like pickles.
I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know. But no, pickles are more of like vinegary. Like they're more like
That's
I don't
fair,
know.
yeah.
There's more.
Oh,
of a
now that
kick-
just makes me want
to horseradish.
horseradish. Horseradish is so good. You know, mustard is actually really good. When we were in the news, I used to carry mustard packets in my purse and in my desk because they would help with headaches or like stomach cramps. So anytime I was like feeling icky, I would just like suck on a little mustard packet.
Are you
I forget
serious?
why. Yeah, I forget why. There's something, one of the ingredients in mustard, there's like something about it that's really good for like cramps and headaches. So yeah, just used to eat my little mustard packets.
Did it work?
Works great. Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. For that next time.
Yeah.
Never saw you ever. I saw you do a lot of weird things, but chewing on mustard packets were not one of those weird things. Yeah, I never saw you do that. That's so funny.
I tried to do that kind of more in secret because it was a little weird.
Like what are you doing? A mustard packet.
Yeah, I do eat just weird food, smelly food in general, though. So that's what it is.
Pickles, mustards. Girl, I need to report back if I get any cramps next week.
Yeah.
I will report back.
Please do. Just try it out. I'm telling you, it works.
Okie dokie. All right. It was good talking with you, Emily. It was good catching up with everything. It's a beautiful. The weather's so beautiful right now.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's the perfect fall weather. It's still warm enough where it's nice, but it's like you feel that little chill in the air. Love it.
Exactly. Love it. All right. Everyone, we will see you next week, most likely with a guest. Hopefully, I'm manifesting it. So.
Yes.
All right. Good luck. Good day. What is that you're hearing this? We are hanging out.